Since 1965, Alexander and Bebout has been Northwest Ohio's premier general contractor. We have a professional staff that can handle every aspect of your project, including conceptualization, site selection, floor plans, construction management, and more. Our pledge is to maintain our reputation for honesty, integrity, skill, and service. Contact us today at 419-238-9567 or stop by our office.
Specializing in kitchen and bath design, Kitchens Inc. carries a variety of cabinets, countertops, and appliance options. For over 50 years, we have been providing the best product and service to our customers. Stop in for a free estimate. Kitchens Inc. is located at 10098 Lincoln Highway, Varant, Ohio. Call today, 419-238-5650. Straley, Realty, and Auctioneers have humble beginnings that started in 1976 from a small real estate shop in Paulding. Today, their size and reach is much larger and more advanced with all the latest high-speed technologies. But they assure you they will never forget their family-owned roots and their local business attitude. The day-to-day philosophy is the same today as it was when their father owned Straley, Realty, and Auctioneers many years ago. Their clients come first, always. Visit StraleyRealty.com. Stumpy's Kettle Korn has been a proud sponsor of Logan Higgins Racing since the very beginning. Logan, now 9, began racing at 3 years old. He's the 2021 AMA Flat Track National Champion in the 50cc seniors class. Support and sponsorship helps with his success. Information for sponsorship opportunities and racing schedule can be found on Logan's Facebook page. You can find Stumpy's Kettle Korn at a track as well, Limaland Motor Sports Park. Racing at Limaland is scheduled to start this Friday, May 6th, and runs weather permitting on Fridays through August 5th. We also have a Facebook page where we post additional events and locations. Stumpy's Kettle Korn.
Science show in only 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 7 o'clock. Don't drop your French fries. Think about the toys that you have, and I bet some of them use air pressure. Even the sports equipment that you use. So, the first one I have here is a pump rocket. So it's pretty cool. When you pull it back, this tube fills up with air. And then when I push it and compress it, the air can only go out, whoops, that hole right there. So the air has to come out that hole, but a rocket's in the way. So it's going to push that rocket out, and that rocket's going to go flying. So let's see, there's some girls over there. Let's see if we can get them. Oh yeah! Oh, they were surprised. Here's another fun rocket that works with air pressure. This is a rocket balloon. So let me fill this up with air. So, who knows what the states of matter are? Does anybody here know what the states of matter? Is this a solid that I put in here, or a liquid, or a gas? A gas, a gas. Very good. It's a gas. So, the balloon is pushing on all of that gas, and it wants to push it out the nozzle. If the gas goes that way, which way is the rocket going to go? Very good. You guys understand physics. That's Newton's third law of motion. For each action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So the action of the gas going out the balloon that way causes the reaction of the balloon to fly in out. Now this balloon is designed to fly. It's got a little knot at the end here, a little weight, so it's balanced nice. It's not going to pop, I hope. And the end here isn't like a regular balloon, because a regular balloon has a little lip around the end that you can hold on to with your lips and blow it up. And that lip keeps the balloon nozzle open so the air comes out real fast of a regular balloon. This one doesn't have that, so it stays closed and lets the air out a little slower so it'll fly around longer. So here we go. Give me a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa. It's trying to escape. Oh, no. All right. So all rockets work on that same principle of shooting gas down. Now rockets that go up into space, they're filled up with fuel. They're not filled up with balloons full of gas. They're filled up with fuel that burns, turns from a liquid into a gas, and shoots that down. And they go up all the way into space. Now, here's another one of my favorite toys. I got a lot of favorite toys. Rubber chickens. So they're one of the most obnoxious toys a person could have, and that's why I got 3 of them, the better to drive Mrs. Whizbang crazy with. So they work with air pressure. When I squeeze them, I squeeze all the air out of them, and they don't make any noise other than a sigh. But when I let them go, the pressure drops inside of them because their body stretches out and air flows in, and it goes through a noisemaker. That noisemaker doesn't make a noise when the air goes out, but when it comes back in, oh, it makes a great noise. So the rubber chickens are one of my fun ones. Now, the reason I got 3 wasn't to drive Mrs. Whizbang crazy. Well, not the only reason. Also, because I like to juggle. So here we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ta-da! Yay! Thank you, thank you. Okay, here's a real fun one. This is a toy you can make at home. It is a marshmallow gun, and it's made out of PVC pipe and some elbows and T's and end caps. And the way it works is you put a marshmallow right up here, and you get a big breath of air. And you don't put your mouth on there and get a big breath of air, because if you do that, you're just going to suck a marshmallow in and choke on it. And your friends and family will laugh at you. You don't want that. So this, oh goodness, girls are still over there. This marshmallow can shoot really far. So let's see if we can get them. Oh. Oh! Ooh! I did, but these are really fun. I encourage you to maybe make a few of these, and if you do, play with them outside. Because if you don't, you're going to be finding marshmallows in your house all over the place. And if you're married to Mrs. Whizbang, she'll get very mad about that, because it's like, so be careful. And that air goes up for about 60 miles above us. And that's called the atmosphere. And to become an astronaut, you got to go out of the atmosphere. So you got to go above 60 miles to be an astronaut. That's how high you have to go. So the air goes up that high. And it has a force because it's pushing down on it. It weighs something. All of that air weighs something. And for a column of air that is a square inch, about the size of a quarter, and 60 miles high, that weighs about the same as this heavy bowling ball. It's a 14-pound bowling ball. So the amount of air pushing on a square inch is equal to 14 pounds. And that pushes all over your body. So you got 14 pounds of pressure pushing here and here and here. You got thousands of pounds of pressure pushing on your body. That balloon has thousands of pounds of pressure pushing on it, but it doesn't get crushed because it's pressurized on the inside. We're pressurized on the inside, so we don't get crushed. So what is in that balloon that allows it to float? What gas is in that balloon? Yes? Helium. Very good, helium. Helium atoms are really tiny. They're real small. They're like the baby atoms of the universe. So they don't weigh much. The atoms in the air, nitrogen, oxygen, they're much bigger. So the air is much heavier than the gas in that balloon. And that air is trying to push that balloon right up and out of the atmosphere. Now, you guys have probably seen this before. Who's ever gone swimming in a swimming pool and had a ball and pushed a ball under the water? What happens when you let go of that ball? Just tell me. It pops out, doesn't it? Why does it shoot out of the water? Yep, okay. There's air inside that ball. And so that ball weighs less than the water. It's less dense. And that heavier water is pushing on it with pressure and pushes it right up and out. So this balloon is just like that ball. The air around us is just like that water. And when I push it down and let go, it slowly shoots up out of the air. If I didn't have it tied down, it would just go up and up and up. And with this balloon, it would expand in size because the pressure gets lower as it goes up higher. And it eventually would probably pop. Now, we didn't know about air pressure until the 1500s. And a man who was a mayor in a town in Germany, his name was Otto von Guericke. He made the discovery. And he thought, boy, this air pressure is really cool, it's really powerful. I need to do a demonstration to show people what we can do with air pressure. And so he took a brass ball, not two toilet bowl plungers, but a brass ball, and he cut it in half. So he had two halves. Then he put those two halves together, and he built a vacuum pump to pump all of the air out from inside of that brass ball. And so he had to build that himself. A vacuum pump didn't exist. He was a pretty smart guy. And so he pumped all of the air out. So there was no pressure. There was just the air pressure pushing on those two halves, pushing them together. No pressure inside. And so he tried to pull it apart. He couldn't pull it apart. He hooked a horse up to either side. The horses couldn't pull it apart. He hooked 12 horses up to either side. Those 24 horses couldn't pull those two halves apart. He became very famous. He showed this to the Holy Roman Emperor. He showed it to other scientists. He showed it to lots of people. He became very famous, and these became to be called the Magdeburg Spheres because he was the mayor of the town of Magdeburg, and these spheres are the name for the shape of a ball. So we are going to do this experiment right now, or this demonstration, and we're going to push the air out, and when we do that, those toilet bowl plungers are stuck together. They're being pushed together by the air pressure. So I need 2 volunteers. Who wants to come up and help? I would prefer the smallest kids here. How about you? And how about you? Okay, fear my skills. What's your name? Owen? Cohen. What's your name? Olivia? Aaliyah. Aaliyah. Okay, I'm 0 for 2. All right, so you guys are going to be the horses here, and you're going to try to pull these apart. So grasp on. What do you think, Aaliyah? You think you're going to be able to pull him over here? He's a little bigger. I think I'm going to help you on your side. All right. So on the count of 3, start cheering them on. 1, 2, 3. Woo! You guys were really strong. You pulled really hard. So it takes a lot to pull those apart. They had to actually, they bent, the plunger actually bent, and when it bent, air was able to sneak inside and it equalized the pressure. I can show you what happened here. let me squeeze it out, and then I'm just going to stick my finger in here, and it just bent up, kind of like that, and when that happened, it comes right apart. I didn't have to pull hard, but they actually bent it by pulling so hard. Impressive. Good job, guys. So I want to show you the power of air pressure with this can and a propane burner. So I'm going to pour a little bit of water in my can, and I'm going to put it on top of my burner, and I'm going to light that up. So we got a lot of heat, a lot of energy getting added to that water. And those molecules of water, they're starting to heat up. And when they heat up, they start vibrating faster. And they vibrate faster and faster until they get up to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the boiling point of water. And they start to turn from a liquid into a gas. And when that happens, that gas pushes all of the air out of the can. So the can is just going to have water in it. Water as a liquid and water as a gas. We can see steam coming up. So steam, when the gas comes out, it cools down. And those water molecules stick together and form little droplets that we can see as steam. And then it evaporates again. It goes away. So we're boiling pretty good in there. I'm going to put my gloves on. I'm going to turn the heat off now, and I'm going to put a lid on top. So now, no air can go in there, and none of the gas or liquid can come out. So you can see it started to bow out. It bowed out a little bit because it was still boiling when I put that lid on. So it's bowed out. But those gas molecules, they're bouncing off each other and just going really fast and bouncing and going around. But as they cools down in this can, they start to slow down. And eventually they'll start to stick. Those molecules will stick together and they form little droplets of water. And that's a liquid. And that liquid's going to go down to the bottom and it's going to create a vacuum inside this can. So I'm going to make it happen a little faster. We could just let it cool down naturally. But I'm going to pour some water on it so it'll cool down really fast. So watch this. Boom. So that's the power of air pressure. We just changed all the gas in that can to a liquid, created a vacuum, and the air pressure crushed it, just like that. Pretty powerful. Now I need another volunteer. How about you come up here? What's your name? Griffith? Okay, Griffith, you know how to use a bicycle pump? Awesome. We are going to make a cloud in this bottle. First, to do that, we got to put in cloud seeds. So I'm going to pour a little bit of alcohol into my bottle. That alcohol evaporates really easy, turns from a liquid to a gas. So I'm going to swish it around in there and pour the extra out. And now we got a lot of alcohol floating around inside this bottle as a gas. That's where the water molecules are going to stick to and form little droplets in this bottle. I am sorry, this is my 8th show in 2 days, and I forgot your name already. Griffith! Oh, I did remember it. Okay, so Griffith, I need you to start pumping up. I have on here that needle that you used to inflate a basketball with, and I got it stuck through a rubber stopper, so Griffith can start pumping it up and add air to this. I can squeeze this now, but as he starts to pump it up, pressure is going to increase in there, and I'm not going to be able to do it. So get it up to 20 pounds.
Specializing in kitchen and bath design, Kitchens Inc. carries a variety of cabinets, countertops, and appliance options. For over 50 years, we have been providing the best product and service to our customers. Stop in for a free estimate. Kitchens Inc. is located at 10098 Lincoln Highway, Varmont, Ohio. Call today, 419-238-5650.
Since 1965, Alexander and Bebout has been Northwest Ohio's premier general contractor. We have a professional staff that can handle every aspect of your project, including conceptualization, site selection, floor plans, construction management, and more. Our pledge is to maintain our reputation for honesty, integrity, skill, and service. Contact us today at 419-238-9567 or stop by our office at 10098 Lincoln Highway.
The pressure out. Watch what happens. We get a cloud forms in the bottom. So when the pressure drops, the temperature drops. It gets cooler in there. And the water molecules that are moving around, they slow down. And they start to stick to the alcohol and form little droplets in there, just like the clouds in the sky. Now, when they come out, you see some of them are coming out there, and they evaporate, turn back into a gas right away. But watch this. As Griffith pumps it up again, watch what happens. It clears up. So when he increases the pressure, that keep on going up to 20, the temperature goes up. And the water evaporates and turns back into a gas, and we can't see it. But now, so this is like a day when it's a nice clear day outside, and there's a high pressure system over us. But then the weatherman says a low pressure system is coming in. And when that happens, the pressure drops, and it becomes overcast outside, just like what happens in this bottle. So this is a really cool thing that you guys can do on your own. So give Griffith a big round of applause. Thank you. Next, we're going to talk about Daniel Bernoulli. Daniel Bernoulli was a doctor back in the 1500s, and he wanted to measure how fast blood was moving through his patients. Because if blood was moving quickly, he knew their heart was working well, and they were healthy. But if the blood was moving slowly, their heart was having problems, and it wasn't pumping up, and they might be sick. So he studied fluids moving through tubes, just like the veins and arteries in our body. So he studied how fluids move through tubes, and he learned that fluids that move fast have low pressure, and fluids that move slow have high pressure. And this is called the Bernoulli principle. And you can demonstrate this with a piece of toilet paper. The next time you're in the privacy of your own bathroom, take off one sheet of toilet paper, stick it right beneath your lips, and then blow across it. And you're going to create a stream of fast-moving air. That's going to have lower pressure. When you do that, that paper comes up into that stream because the higher pressure air beneath here that isn't moving pushes it right up. So that's not very exciting, but we can do the demonstration with a leaf blower and a beach ball. You want to come up and help? Yeah. Anybody that carries a pizza on his wrist, I'm good to be with. What's your name? Logan. All right, Logan. So I'm going to get this going, and then you just drop the ball right in that stream of air. Watch what happens. Okay. Oh. Put it right over the top of it. There we go. So it stays right in that stream of air. When it gets to the edge, it pushes it back in. You can see how it wiggles a bit while it's up there. And I can move this around, and I can actually have it at pretty good of an angle, and it still will keep up in that stream of air. Gravity isn't strong enough to pull it out because the air pressure is a little stronger. And now we'll see if I can get Logan to catch it. Oh! I said that too late. All right. So give Logan a big round of applause. Thank you, Logan. Now, if you want to do that at home, you can do it with a ping pong ball and a hairdryer. An easy way to do that at home. Okay, who wants some toilet paper? Boom. Boom. Right here. Okay. So if you got toilet paper, unroll about 5 sheets off of that toilet paper. It's stuck on the end. I got an attachment for my leaf blower. It is a Worcester brush paint roller. And this is made a mile from my house. So I have to use them, and they're also the best ones. Bring up the toilet paper. Now, come right up here, stand right over here, guys. So, the guy that designed the paint roller, he must have been messing with toilet paper rolls because they fit on there perfectly. They'll stay right on there, they won't fall off. Well, unless you shake them really hard. But they stay on there perfectly. So what do you guys think is going to happen? You saw the paper come up a little bit when I blew on it. What do you think is going to happen now? Right here. It's going to go all over. Okay. You got another idea? Or you agree with the all over? Same thing. Okay. So here we go. Let's see what happens. All right, load me up. Okay, so that's 1,000 sheets of paper per roll. Whew. All right. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You're good. Flies off of there. Now, that's a demonstration of the Bernoulli principle, not how to toilet paper your neighbor's house. Okay? Remember that. Okay, at the end of the show, we're going to pick that up and throw that in the garbage can. But right now, I got another toy I'm going to share with you. This is an air Zooka. And it shoots air out quite a distance. Let's see if I can move her hair there. Huh? There we go. So what do you guys think the air looks like that is shooting out of here? Whew. What do you think the shape of it is? Anybody got any? Right here. A circle. This is a circular shape, so that makes sense. What do you think? A circle. Do you agree with that? Let's see if I can get right back here. Oh, did it? All right. So we got a circle. So I have a fog machine here. And we can see what it looks like. So they're called Vortex Rings. So they're spinning around on themselves. Look at how you can see how that ring is spinning around on itself. So watch how that spinning around makes it a vortex. And the reason it stays together is because of the Bernoulli principle. This is shooting out of there, it's shooting out of there fast, so it's got lower pressure. And as it's spinning around, it's moving faster than the air around it. So it's also keeping in that shape. So let me shoot some right up into the lights. Let's see. So those are pretty neat, pretty fun. Now if you look around, you might see these. Next time you see fireworks, look to see if you can see when the fireworks explode. Sometimes they'll create smoke rings coming out. And off of jet wings, you can have vortexes emerge. Now, I brought with me my favorite liquid, liquid nitrogen. So here we go. This liquid nitrogen is really cold. It is 320 degrees below zero. Right now it's boiling. Can you see the bubbles in there? I need gloves for that? Well, no I don't. No, I can handle it without gloves. I've handled it for 30 years, and it's very cold, But you just got to know how to handle it. You got to know the limits handling it. So one of the things with it, it's so cold that if I stuck my hand in there, stay back please, buddy. If I stuck my hand in there, my hand is so warm, it's going to instantly boil and have a layer of gas around my hand. But only for a fraction of a second. So I can go, whoop, stick it in there and I'm fine. But if I leave it in there for a second, that layer of gas goes away and I start to feel it burning on my fingers. It'll start to freeze. This hand is getting pretty cold just being that close to it. So you got to know how to handle it. Now if I blow into here, we form a big fog cloud. Just like the cloud in the bottle. We cooled down the water molecules and they stuck. Same thing happens here. I got a lot of water vapor in my breath, and when I blow in there, it cools down into water droplets and forms that fog cloud. Is this gas safe for me to breathe? No. No. Not sure. Actually, it is. 80% of the air we breathe is nitrogen gas. So it's safe for us to breathe this. It's just more nitrogen gas in the air around us. And really not that much more. There's so much out there anyway. So, some of my friends just went out to Yellowstone and they saw geysers out in Yellowstone. And they sent me pictures of the geysers. And I've never seen a geyser in real life. I've seen them on TV, but I've never seen them in real life. And I thought, oh, this would be really cool to make a geyser for my show. But a geyser, what a geyser is, if you've never seen one, it's pretty much a crack in the earth that fills up with water. The heat from the earth warms it up and makes it boil, creates lots of gas, builds up lots of pressure, and the geyser erupts and shoots boiling water out from the earth. It's pretty dramatic. I thought shooting boiling water around would be kind of dangerous. My geyser with liquid nitrogen. So here we go. This bottle is going to represent the earth. The liquid nitrogen is going to represent the boiling water. And this glass tube is going to be the crack that it comes out. So I'm going to put this in here. It's going to boil really fast. The rubber stopper is going to block it from coming out, and it's going to come out right through the glass tube. So watch this, my liquid nitrogen geyser. Wow. Oh, now I can't see it. Oh, that was really nice. That is so cool. And I mean, 320 degrees below zero cool. That feels really good. So, don't do that at home, but I can make my geyser here. Oh, I like that. Pour that out. You got that turned off? Thank you, Mrs. Whizbang. So I got a 1.25 liter bottle here, and I'm going to pour liquid nitrogen in it. There we go. Whoa, look at that. So right now, that liquid nitrogen is boiling. Stay back here, buddy. Buddy, get back. That liquid nitrogen's boiling, creating gas coming out the top. What's going to happen if I put the lid on? Explode like a volcano. Doesn't know. Back there in the cheap seats. Yeah, not too excited. What do you think? The cap's gonna fly off. Cap's gonna fly off. It's gonna explode like a geyser. All right. So, I'm gonna add some water to this just to add heat, make it boil faster. So look at this. Whoa. So that's boiling really fast now. I'm going to come over here to my explosion chamber and put it in. So be sure to cover that baby's ears. This is going to be a little loud. Cover the baby's ears. So that bottle's going to start to stretch, and eventually it's going to build up so much pressure in there that it's going to explode. I hear it stretching. Woo! Man, you're right in the explosion zone there, sir. So here is the bottle. It filled up with so much gas, the pressure got up to about 150 pounds per square inch. And the bottle couldn't hold that anymore, and so it just literally rips apart. When it does that, that gas is all compressed, it expands, and pushes out all of those balls. So those go flying out. And then you hear the pressure wave. That's what you heard, was the pressure wave as it comes by. You heard that loud explosion. So there we go. I hope you guys had some fun. I hope you learned a little bit about air pressure. And think about the toys you have at home. Think about maybe the sporting equipment you play with and how it uses air pressure. And how you can maybe make some cool things yourself and do some experiments at home. So thank you very much for coming. If you guys would help by picking up some of the balls, Mrs. Whizbang would really appreciate that. And afterwards, we'll throw the garbage or the toilet paper into the garbage can. So thank you very much. You guys have been a great audience.
Straley, Realty, and Auctioneers have humble beginnings that started in 1976 from a small real estate shop in Paulding. Today, their size and reach is much larger and more advanced with all the latest high-speed technologies. But they assure you they will never forget their family-owned roots and their local business attitude. The day-to-day philosophy is the same today as it was when their father owned Straley, Realty, and Auctioneers many years ago. Their clients come first, always. Visit StraleyRealty.com. Of Logan Higgins Racing since the very beginning. Logan, now 9, began racing at 3 years old. He's the 2021 AMA Flat Track National Champion in the 50cc seniors class. Support and sponsorship helps with his success. Information for sponsorship opportunities and racing schedule can be found on Logan's Facebook page. You can find Stumpy's Kettle Korn at a track as well, Limaland Motor Sports Park. Racing at Limaland is scheduled to start this Friday, May 6th, and runs weather permitting on Fridays through August 5th. We also have a Facebook page where we post additional events and locations. Stumpy's Kettle Korn.